you can go and harvest it yourself, which is what I do. But if you go to the lumber yard, what they do is, they cut a tree down, they actually put it in an oven. In about 30 days, you can use that wood really quick. All right, but again, it's not the best beauty that you're gonna find if you go out and find your own stock. And you can see that this is actually cut from this tree. I actually cut it all, and you can see each and every part of it. So with that said, I'm gonna give you the different parts of the names. I'm trying to find this right here. Okay, I'm trying to get it out for you. So the first thing about the tree, and this is important, and I don't have it up there, but I should, but first of all, you have your outside. Here is your pith. Your pith is your center, P-I-T-H. Okay, so the center of your tree is called your pith, P-I-T-H, the exact center. Now that's where it's almost like your core itself. So if I show you this, you can see that. That's your pith. I hope I can focus it. I'll just wait a little longer. Okay, these are just the marks from the blade that's cut. Okay, so you see that. All right, now inside the tree also you have rings. There's like little circles or little rings in there. So by that is you have what we call annual rings. As the tree grows, it actually grows like from a little, it goes like this all the way there, all the way through, all the way around, and gets another year, okay, another year. It starts to do that, and that's how the tree gets wider and wider. So you can see that what I'm trying to show you is this is what happens when you have this tree. It starts to give you what these call annual rings, okay? I won't draw any more, but if a tree is 100 years old, you would have 100 of these little rings, and each one of them designate that growth for 1 year. So if we had a lot of sun, a lot of water, that ring will be pretty wide. But if we had 1 year where it's like drought, there's very little water involved, you're gonna have really small or tiny little rings that look like that. So it didn't really grow a lot because of the fact that you didn't have a great growing season, you didn't add enough water into your tree. So it's all nature, and that shows by those rings. Now there are some trees that are 1,000 years old, and that means that that thing is huge. That tree, there are some trees that are so big that there is one it's called a redwood tree. It's found in the redwood forest in Mendocino, and a lot of times you're going to find that that tree is about 1,000 years old. So it's almost like there's 1,000 rings in there. So it's hard to calculate exactly because you really have to count the rings to find out the age of the tree. But the only way you can do it is you got to cut the tree. So you're really taking a guess sometimes about the size of the tree or the age of the tree by cutting it. So we try not to do that, and we always take a guess from it. Some people will take a core of the tree. They actually drill into the tree to get a core sample, and then this way they can measure the annual rings from it. But just to show you the different types of parts of the tree. So we're going to go over the different parts of the tree so that you'll know the names of them and what they're called. First of all, this is called the bark, the dead bark. Dead bark or outer bark is a layer of dead tissue which is a protection for the trunk and the branches. And again, it's used to protect your skin, and this way it is actually a living cell which actually helps to heal it. So some trees shed their dead barks each year, while on others they actually reduce the number because of weathering. Okay, now you also might have live bark. Some barks are live, which means that they have a lot of moisture in it, and they actually will hold it very, very well and actually protect the tree. Now, the first thing is the Cambrian layer. And the Cambrian layer is something that you will, in fact, be able to see. And the Cambrian layer is actually a layer of thin cells inside of it. This is it helps with the growth of it, and the Cambrian layer is located right inside it that you'll see. All right. Next thing is you have sapwood, and sapwood is the first layer of wood inside here. It's called a sap because as the tree grows on the outside here, you have this thing here called sapwood right there. Okay, that's called sapwood. The next one is called your heartwood, and your heartwood is the wood that's located inside the tree. That is actually your best wood to use. That's the most dense wood. It's the hardest wood that you'll have. So if I took this tree itself, okay, and this is the inside of the tree. This part of the wood itself is called the heartwood. This is the sapwood right here. This is the more outside piece that you'll see. And this way, it actually is a better piece inside here. It's much stronger. Okay, so when we cut this tree, you're gonna get heartwood and also you're gonna get sapwood. It's gonna be mixed together. It's part of the tree itself. There's nothing we can do with that. All right, you have the pith, which is the exact center of the tree. So the pith is located right there, P-I-T-H. And that's the word that is called the pith, okay? Pith, that's the word, P-I-T-H. That's the exact center of the tree. And then you also have these growth rings, which are located right here. Those are the rings that you count for the annual rings to know the age of the tree. So with that, you have the anatomy of a tree. You actually can break it down to it. It is much easier to understand that, again, a tree is something that is a living thing, not just a piece of wood. Because most people, when they pick a piece of wood up, they look at it like this and they say, this is it, this is wood. Okay, but it's really that. And a living tree makes a big difference. And you have to understand that it's really organic. And I'm glad that I was able to show you that so that you'll see different varieties of trees later on. But again, it's something that is beautiful and it's something for you to use throughout the whole lifetime of your existence on Earth. Okay? Have a great day. See you guys later.